So welcome along to A Story to Tell with me, Richard Beauvoisin. This is mainly taken from my Radio Bath show every Thursday morning from 10 until 12. If you do like it, don't forget to subscribe, share it to others and let everyone know all about Radio Bath. Hope you enjoy it.
Bath and West Wiltshire's Radio Bath.
Good morning, everybody. So on this week's A Story to Tell, really excited, got the lovely Becky Lawrence. She's going to be doing a live lounge for us, performing 4 tracks, and that's going to be coming up very, very shortly.
Across Bath, Chippenham and Melksham, this is Radio Bath.
So welcome along, it's Richard Beauvoisin here until midday today. Today on the live lounge, I've got the lovely Becky Lawrence who's come along. She's going to do 4 tracks for us. So good morning, Becky.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you,
Good.
yes.
You look very smart. I love the fact it's kind of like a jacket t-shirt combo.
I love a blazer t-shirt combo. And I'm also branding my own merchandise as well.
Okay. What does it say on there?
It says, "Don't come at me with bad vibes."
Oh, and that's the name of your new single, I believe.
It is, yes, indeed.
Oh, very good. And are you going to play that track for us later?
Yes.
And I did notice as you came in today, you're wearing your obligatory hat as well. Is that kind of part of your wardrobe?
It was definitely a staple for a while. That was like the piece that I used to pick. But I've kind of played around a little bit. I don't wear it as often. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. But today I felt like, let's do the whole look, because I'm not even wearing cowboy boots today. So
do you always wear cowboy boots normally?
Normally when I'm performing, because for me it's like I'm putting on almost like a costume, which helps me get into kind of like the Becky Lawrence country singer.
Yeah.
But again, it depends what mood I'm in. Today I've got Converse on.
Oh, okay.
So,
You're just going cash.
Just going cash, like to spice things up a bit, you know.
Lovely. So Becky, tell us about how you kind of got to where you are today, how long have you been playing music and whereabouts you're based?
I'll try and keep it brief. But essentially, my background in singing and music actually came from musical theatre. So from the age of 14, I was heavily involved in the musical theatre scene back on the Isle of Man, which is where I'm from. So that's kind of home. And yeah, I did all the dancing and the singing and all that sort of stuff. And musical theatre was the route I wanted to go down. Got into the London School of Musical Theatre when I was 22. So I packed up everything, moved to London and did that whole thing. And it's not as easy as it looks. It's
really,
yeah. It is a tough road. And for me, I just wasn't mentally ready and prepared for it at the time.
Do you think that's more of an age thing? Because you were saying 22, it was quite young still.
It was quite young, and to move from quite a small idyllic kind of life to a big city like London, I think also I just kind of underplayed that a bit when actually it's quite a huge deal. But I think for me the turning point was the fact that this was now my bread and butter. I had to perform to pay my bills. Yeah. And for me, that took a while to kind of sit with me. Whereas before, I was doing it because I loved it. The passion was there. The drive was there. As soon as I turned it into a career, it was like, whoa, is this really what we want to do? Yeah. But essentially, I just wasn't quite ready for it, I don't think. But I ended up moving down to this part of the world, which is a beautiful part of the world because I've got family down here, which is really great. And yeah, I just kind of got myself mixed up with some people and just thought, well, I still want to sing. What can I do? And I kind of wanted to move away from musical theatre for a bit and see what else I could do. Because singing for me is the passion. That's out of everything I do, singing is the biggest thing. And I managed to meet some people who said, hey, I need a backing singer for my band. There's this band. And here we are now. I'm now writing my own stuff. Yeah. Which just happens to be country music, which, again, that kind of came by accident because I didn't really start listening to country music properly until I was about 16, 17. And all the way through drama school, any chance I had to sing a song that wasn't from a musical, I was picking up a country song. Okay. And the musical directors there were quite, kind of positive about that and said, if you don't do the musical theatre thing, you really suit country music, like your voice kind of just lends itself to it. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just carry on doing this then. And yeah, that's kind of where I am now.
And
That was
here
as
you are
brief
now.
as I could try and put it in.
I thought you did it very well, if I'm
Oh,
honest
there we
with
go.
you. So yeah, you're all good. So you've chosen to go down the country route, which say it's kind of suiting your voice. Now, I had the pleasure of seeing you at the wonderful Village Pump, along with Ed, who had him very recently, the lovely Ed Dyke, and Richard Oynet as well, who's a good friend of mine too. And I still remember, as I said to Ed when we were live a few weeks ago, I said to him that I wasn't 100% sober when I came and chatted to you. You were second on, so I was slightly less inebriated when I chatted to you, thankfully. But I still remember it being a really weird scenario, like being up in the mezzanine in the Pump, which is an amazing venue.
Yeah, it's great.
And then coming down and chatting to yourself. And, you know, I think Richard actually given you a heads up that I might be chatting to you.
He did. He was like, just a heads up. Rich is on his way.
Because otherwise it's the weirdest thing. Hey, this random bloke who's not necessarily sober is coming to chat to you about coming on the radio.
Yeah.
But here you are.
Here I am. It worked. It was great.
And you are here, which is absolutely fabulous. Now, regarding music itself, kind of what inspires you to write the music that you write then?
I was so lucky that as a kid I was brought up with listening to such an eclectic range of music. I mean, my dad used to love all the heavy rock stuff, so I was listening to AC/DC and Black Sabbath at the age of 4.
Oh wow, okay.
So, yeah, and then from my mum's side it was more of like the 80s kind of bands, so a bit of Roxette, Genesis, even some people quite far out there like the Alan Parsons Project and Kate Bush, but she was very much into kind of Dolly Parton as well, and so even from a young age I was kind of listening to country even then. But I think for me, it's kind of like the more modern country kind of sound. So you like Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood. I mean, for me, Carrie Underwood is a huge inspiration just purely because of her voice.
Yeah.
It's insane. But I mean, myself, I listen to such different ranges of music. You know, one day I can be listening to kind of like electronic, onto stuff.
Nice impression.
Yeah, thanks.
For the benefit of the tape, you didn't get to see the actions that went along with that as well.
Yeah, I talk with my hands quite a lot. So.
It's all good.
And then all of this kind of country stuff, and even like acoustic kind of stuff, like lo-fi stuff. So I'm generally just inspired by just anything I'm kind of listening to.
Now, I had the pleasure of taking my daughter up to Leeds University, so we had loads of different songs and genres we were listening to, and we went through the Dixie Chicks essentials.
Yes.
Okay. Now, some of their music's fantastic. There was one particular track which I thought was hilarious. I can't remember what the track was. We'll try and find it on another point.
There's quite a few, yeah.
And it kind of starts off sounding like the happiest track in the world. And then all of a sudden it's talking about the fact that she's being kind of physically abused, unfortunately, and she wants to put him in the grave.
Oh, is this Goodbye Earl?
Goodbye Earl, that's
there you
it.
go.
There you go.
Cracking song.
And I listened to it going, this sounds like happy clappy country music, but no.
No.
Just no.
No. And I think that's one of the things I love about country. Although some of the storytelling is very deep and very personal, some of them they take light of situations and they just make it fun.
Yeah.
And there are some cracking songs like that out there.
Yeah. So going back to the writing music then, so, you have all these different influences. What makes you write music and how do you write it?
I'm quite a sporadic songwriter, if I'm honest. So, I mean, with all the will in the world, I can sit there for like half an hour and think, oh, I'm going to write a song. That doesn't always happen.
No.
I think because I have ADHD as well, so I get distracted very easily. So again, I can be like, oh, I'm going to write this. Then I'll be like, oh.
And no doubt on the autistic spectrum as well.
Oh,
then.
do you know what? Probably.
You will be.
So I kind of think, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But more often than not, I mean, I can be out, for example, Bad Vibes, which is my latest single.
Second mention,
just dropping that in there.
Yeah.
I was out walking one day and the chorus of that, literally, it felt like someone had just gone, poop, there you go. And it was just in my head. And I was like, oh, what can I do with this? So it really totally depends.
Yeah.
Kind of, and what's going on in my life, how stressed I am and all that sort of stuff. But
And you generally would write about stuff that goes on in your life, or do you pick a topic and think, I'll write about the castle on the hill, as good old Ed would write?
Good old Ed.
Good old Ed. This is Ed Sheeran, not Ed Dyke, I'd like to point out.
I do a mixture, to be honest. I mean, the first ever kind of proper song I wrote, which is called A Child's Tears, which you can hear somewhere on SoundCloud. I haven't released it anywhere else.
Okay.
I wrote that from the perspective of a mother leaving her child at nursery. So I'm able, I think because I've done acting and I've trained as an actor, I feel like I'm able to put myself into a situation and try and write something from that perspective. Because I mean, you know, sometimes I'll write this epic ballad and I'm like, God, where did that come from? Because I'm really happy at the moment. So, you know, yeah, I'm quite good at drawing in from different elements and different emotions.
Because lots of people would really struggle with that. You know, trying to do something that isn't personal to them.
Yeah.
I know, talking about Ed Sheeran, he writes hundreds of songs every year, and I remember him talking in concert going, I write hundreds of songs, probably only 3 of them really good.
Yeah.
You know, and that is quite often the scenario with lots of singer-songwriters. Regarding where people can see you, now I saw you at the Pump in in Trowbridge, the wonderful world.
Yeah.
Trovegas, as us yokels like to call it. Whereabouts have people been able to see you, and where could people see you in the future?
Oh gosh, I mean, over the past couple of years I've played some incredible festivals and places. I mean, I did Letchshade Festival, which unfortunately now it's not running anymore, but that was a great one. Rock and Ribs, which is one of my favourite festivals.
Whereabouts is that?
So that's at Wincanton Racecourse.
Okay.
And I was very blessed to be able to go to the very first one they set up, and they asked me back last year. Unfortunately, the weather was horrendous. It was when we had the really bad storm.
Yeah.
So they've asked me back again this year with the full band, which is great.
Lovely.
And then in March on the 28th, I'm at the Bell at Warminster. So yeah, you can kind of see me mainly kind of around the local areas.
Have you done the Peas Down St John afternoon? We, as Radio Bath, we support it every year, and we have a big main stage there with loads of different acts. I'll put a word in for
Thank you so much.
So yeah, I think you go down very well. It's a really nice afternoon. There's a couple of thousand people there, and it's a lovely afternoon. So
I'd love
and Radio
that.
Bath hosts it as well, which is all good. Regarding songwriting, and I asked this question to Ed Dyke as well. If anybody is looking to do some songwriting, what advice would you give to somebody starting out doing it?
I would say one thing is just whatever words and anything you've got in your head, just write it down. It doesn't need to make sense. You might look at it and go, what was going on in my head there? But out of that, you can then potentially piece some bits together. And I think for a while, I was so set on it needs to have this structure and this structure and this structure. But there are really no real rules for songwriting. You know, I think there's so many different genres out there which do so many different things. I mean, you've got the kind of like lo-fi stuff, which has a lot of stuff on repeat. I mean, with country music, it's a lot about storytelling. So they do have like a verse, chorus, those sorts of things. But don't be scared. Just get your thoughts out, get it written down, and just take it a step at a time and see what happens.
And what about people that also record stuff on their phones? So you may or may not be aware that I also write music and play guitar, and I don't think I knew that. Did you not?
No, I do not.
I do. One of the things I had to work out quite quickly is that I will forget things. Now, I am much more mature than you are, so my brain isn't quite as fresh. However, you will still forget stuff. You think, oh, I'll remember that, but you won't. No. So having it in your phone and just doing a quick recording of that's what it should sound like is often a good bit of advice as well.
Honestly, yeah. I literally, because I've just started rehearsals for Sister Act, which we're doing in Trowbridge.
Tell us about that. Come on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've started to kind of get back into the musical theatre scene because I realised how much I missed it. And I think for me, it is just pure joy, and it keeps my brain active because I'm learning new songs and all of this. So, yeah, I'm a part of Sister Act, which is on at the end of May in Trowbridge, which is with the Trowbridge Musical Theatre.
Okay, which venue's that at?
It's at St Augustine's School because they've got a really great stage there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was actually like flicking through my voice notes, recording all the harmonies and stuff, and I was like, wow, I have some on there from 2018, and I just think, okay, some of them are riffs that I completely forgot about, but sometimes that's great because you can think, oh, I really do want to write something, or I've got some of these lyrics. Go through your phone and think, oh, well, that kind of fits. So, yeah, it's great.
And it gives you that inspiration. Now, today you're going to be performing 4 tracks for us, which we're looking forward to. And your new single, mentioning it for a third time, which is called Bad Vibes, is going to be one of those tracks as well, isn't it?
It is,
so,
yes.
We're looking forward to that. If anybody does want to listen to any of your music, where can they listen to it?
So you can find me on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all of those places. Just search for Becky Lawrence. YouTube as well, I've got some videos on there, and obviously I pop posts on social media as well, so find me at Becky Lawrence UK.
Fabulous. We'll be coming back with Becky with her first track right after this.
Made locally in Bath, this is Radio Bath.
So we're back. It's Becky Lawrence's first track here on Radio Bath. Becky, tell us what the first track is and what it's all about.
So this first track, basically the title of it came from a conversation I had with another songwriter. Throughout lockdown, I did a lot of virtual Zooms and songwriting sessions, which was great because some of the people that I'd met throughout the whole, British country scene are, so far and wide that I was like, how am I ever going to get a writing session with them?
Yeah.
And then Zoom came along. I was like, yeah, great. So I was having a writing session with my friend Charlotte Young, who is also a fantastic country singer-songwriter. And we were just talking about life and just general bits and bobs. And, as you get older, you start to kind of question friendships and all of this, stuff. And I said, yeah, it's just some friendships which are just like empty. They just become empty friendships. And I was like, oh, that's a good title for a song. So I wrote that down, took it away. And between me and my amazing guitarist friend, Dave Griffin, we wrote this song called Empty Friendships, which
Fabulous.
Basically, it kind of is what it says on the tin, really. It's about exploring friendships when you're younger, thinking they're going to last for a long time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Amazing. So here, live on Radio Bath, is Becky Lawrence.
You spend years building them like Lego houses when you were 10. Stack 'em up and make 'em tall, praying that they'll never fall. Spending hours playing out, watching the sun going down. Days were so easy then, knowing you truly had a friend. Oh, I know the years go by, you hold on tight, well, you try. To those who knew you the very best, but empty friendships are all that's left. Empty friendships are all that's left. Rolling down those winding roads, finding shortcuts on our phones. Friends for life share a dream, but the journey's end was never seen. Ties will bind and bonds will break. The music ends, the memories we make. We grow up and grow apart, but some will stay right in my heart. Oh, I know the years go by, you hold on tight, well, you try. To those who knew you the very best, but empty friendships are all that's left. Empty friendships are all that's left.
Give her a big round of applause. There's Becky Lawrence there live here on Radio Bath. We'll be coming up with track 2 very, very shortly.
Radio Bath, made in Bath.
So we're back. It's Richard Beauvoisin here until midday. It's time for track 2 of the lovely Becky Lawrence, who's in here today doing a live lounge. Becky, tell us what this track's called and what's it about.
Okay, so this next song will always have a special place in my heart because I wrote it in 2021, I think. I wrote it and released it, and it went to number 1 in the UK country charts on Apple,
Amazing.
which was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And normally for an independent artist of kind of like my level, they rise to number 1 and then they drop within like a couple of hours or so. Mine stayed there for 2 consecutive days,
Wow.
right next to Dolly Parton. So I was like, oh, I'm in good company. So yeah, this will always have a special place in my heart. And I kind of wrote it about my partner, really. It's kind of like a little love song for him.
Aww.
He's now my fiance, so
Aww.
yes, hopefully I'll get to play at the wedding. We'll see.
That would be nice. Here on Radio Bath, it's Becky Lawrence.
You say that you need me. You say that you want me. You say that you love me. And I don't even love myself. You say I can trust you, but I don't know if I can trust you. After all that I've been through, I don't even trust myself. All of these questions running round in my mind, with all of the answers left to find. Yeah, you say, yeah, take my hand. Yeah, you say, yeah, you say that you'll be my man. Yeah, you say that you'll be here, that you'll always show up. You say that you'll lift me. I have had enough. If I'm ever lonely, you'll come around, 'cause you say that you need me. So maybe it's love that I found. All of these questions running round in my mind, with all of the answers left to find. Yeah, you say, yeah, take my hand. Yeah, you say, yeah, you say that you'll be my man. Yeah, you say, you say, yeah, take my hand. Yeah, you say, yeah, you say that you'll be my man. Yeah, you say that you got me. You say, baby, don't worry, you will never be lonely. I'll be right by your side. After all of these years, I finally found someone who says that they need me. So maybe I can now move on. Yeah, you say, yeah, take my hand. Yeah, you say, yeah, you say you'll be my man. Yeah, you say, yeah, you say, yeah, take my hand. Yeah, you say, yeah, you say that you'll be my man. Yeah, you say.
Sounding absolutely amazing there, Becky. Thank you so much for that. Really enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it too?
I did, thank you.
You properly got into it as well, which is lovely to see as well. Back with Becky's third track very, very soon.
Made locally in Bath. This is Radio Bath.
Time for track 3 then with the lovely Becky Lawrence. And I believe, Becky, this might be quite new.
It is brand new. In fact, I think I've played it at an open mic night and that's about it.
Wow. So Radio Bath's getting an exclusive of a new Becky Lawrence track. How good is that?
No, I just thought, well, I'm here.
Yeah.
Get on with you now, so.
Oh, fair enough. Tell us what's this track about, Becky, and what's it called?
So it's kind of very similar, similar vibe and theme to You Say, which is the song I did before. When I had my diagnosis of ADHD, it was the most validating thing I think I've ever had in my life. But then for me, it was all about relearning myself and navigating through life and relationships and all that sort of stuff. And my fiance, Wayne, hi Wayne,
Hi, Wayne.
he has been incredible, and he's been my rock that I've needed. He's dealt with me at my worst and at my best. And again, this is kind of a song about that, really about that actually. He's kind of my home and he's my kind of safe place.
Amazing. What's it called, Becky?
It's called I'm Home.
Lovely. Here live on Radio Bath, it's Becky Lawrence.
Sit back, relax, easier said than done. Hold tight, it's alright for you to come undone. Don't wait, it's safe, you know I'll understand. You can try to let go when things don't go to plan, but how can I make this feel alright when I've gone against it for most of my life? Pushing towards what could have been, even though it's long gone. Just like the weather, things change forever, like the meaning of a song. Holding on to moments that leave a memory in my mind of us in the summer, laughing together, you by my side. Being with you, I know I'm not alone. I'm home. You take my hand, hold on to it tight, bring me in close so I can give up this fight I face every day. The one that's in my mind of trying to be someone that I can't find. But how can I make this feel alright? I've gone against it most of my life, pushing towards what could have been, even though it's long gone. Just like the weather, things change forever, like the meaning of a song. Holding on to moments that leave a memory in my mind of us in the summer, laughing together, you by my side. Being with you, I know I'm not alone. I'm home. Oh, 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 oh. Being with you makes it feel alright, and I hope that I can have this for the rest of my life. Pushing towards what could have been, even though it's long gone. Just like the weather, things change forever, like the meaning of this song. Holding on to moments that leave a memory in my mind of us in the summer, laughing together, you by my side. Being with you, I know I'm not alone. I'm home. I'm home.
That's an absolutely gorgeous track there. Becky Lawrence here live on Radio Bath. Coming up with their fourth track right after this.
Made locally in Bath. This is Radio Bath.
Time for the last track then of Becky Lawrence, who's been here on Radio Bath all morning this morning. So Becky, tell us about this one.
So this track, I wanted to do it like quite a sassy country track. And again, I was out walking one day and just, minding my own business. And I had these lyrics that just kind of, it was almost like they were dropped into my head, and I kept going on, and it was like bad vibes, like don't come at me with bad vibes. And I was like, oh, I like this. And I went to my friend who is a producer called Honey McKenna, who's in Cardiff. She's a DJ and producer. And I said, look, I want this track to be, the only way I could describe it was sassy, swampy country.
That is an official genre, I believe.
Official genre,
Yeah.
Sassy, swampy country.
Yeah.
And she knew exactly what I was on about. She said, yep, I know what you mean. I gave her a reference track, and honestly, she just took it to a different level for me. Absolutely
Amazing.
took it to a different level. And I'm so pleased with how it's come out. And yeah, obviously I've got merchandise now, everything. Don't come at me with bad vibes. But
And this is your latest single, I
it
believe.
is, yes.
Fabulous. So where is this available?
It's available on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music, YouTube, all those places.
All those great available places to get it, and some terrible ones too.
Yes.
Right, here is Becky Lawrence live on Radio Bath with Bad Vibes.
I pick up on the energy of everyone around me. From my mom to my guy, I don't know why. I guess I've always been in tune to forces that are deeper, which I cannot explain. I feel a shift in the air, I'm completely aware of something as it's going down. But do me one small favor. Listen when I say, don't come at me with bad vibes, bad vibes. 'Cause everybody around will tune into the sound, and you'll drag everybody down. You can keep your bad vibes, you gotta realize you can change them in a minute so everybody feels it. I don't need your bad vibes, bad vibes. You don't need a mood ring to tell you how to feel. To sit for some time and try to unwind, you'll soon find a way to chill. You keep getting mad about things you can't change, like the weather your train always getting delayed, and everybody off. Do me one small favor. Listen when I say, don't come at me with bad vibes, bad vibes. 'Cause everybody around will tune into the sound, and you'll drag everybody down. You can keep your bad vibes, you gotta realize you can change them in a minute so everybody feels it. I don't need your bad vibes, yeah. Do me one small favor. Listen when I say, don't come at me with bad vibes, bad vibes. 'Cause everybody around will tune into the sound, and you'll drag everybody down. You can keep your bad vibes, you gotta realize you can change them in a minute so everybody feels it. I don't need your bad vibes. Don't come at me with bad vibes, bad vibes. 'Cause everybody around will turn into the sound, and you'll drag everybody down. You can keep your bad vibes, you gotta realize you can change them in a minute so everybody feels it. I don't need your bad vibes, yeah.
There's no bad vibes coming here. That sounded so cheesy. Sorry about that. But absolutely love that track, Becky. I remember you playing that live in the Pump and Trowbridge.
Yes.
And the whole place was rocking. So
yeah, I am very excited to do that at Rock and Ribs Festival with my full band.
Absolutely. I was going to say, with everybody behind you, I bet that is an incredible sound. So we're going to come back very shortly with your quick fire round, Becky. I wonder what your favourite ice cream is.
This is Radio Bath. Radio Bath.
Time for our last part then with the lovely Becky Lawrence. Have you enjoyed today, Becky?
I've loved it. Loved every minute of it. It's been great fun.
You sounded absolutely amazing. So it's time for the quick fire round. Ooh. I know. And everybody gets to know what the first question is. So Becky Lawrence, what is your favourite ice cream?
Well, me being dairy-free, it's not a great selection, but I have found that there is a company that do a dairy-free mint choc chip, which I'm quite partial to.
Very nice indeed. So mint choc chip, dairy-free. There we go. Right, are you tidy or messy?
I'm definitely a mixture, but I do think I'm quite tidy. I like things to be in its place.
Okay, so you're generally in that moment where if we walked round to your side of the bed, so I'm stalking you now, okay?
Tidy.
So it's tidy, is it?
Tidy.
And how is Wayne's side of the bed?
Messy.
Messy, okay. You look very definite about all of that.
Yes, confirmed.
So yeah, fair enough. Love or hate roller coasters?
Hate.
Hate them? Why is that then?
I think it's the fear. I'm not in control of where I'm going or the situation. I don't mind little ones that go just around. I did go on like a little mouse thing once.
I don't believe they're called roller coasters.
They're probably not. I think it was probably a kid's one, but that was my limit. That was it.
That's where you're going. So you basically have your bottom firmly on the ground and it doesn't change.
Doesn't go up.
No.
It just stays down.
Okay, fair enough. Do you hang your toilet roll over the top or behind the back?
Why do people do it behind the back? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Now, here's the follow-up question then. So you're obviously over the top.
Oh, yes.
Okay, and you know that, and that's the correct answer always, okay? But the question I've got for you now, Becky, is if you went round to somebody else's house and they had it round the back, would you change it?
Yes.
Yes. You look so embarrassed by this moment that you can have a memory now, don't you, of doing it?
Yes.
When was that? Are you going to say it live?
I've done it a few times.
A few times? So not just once?
Nope.
You've gone round?
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's more difficult when you've got to unscrew things. That's what I found.
Oh, honestly, yes.
But, yeah. And people are wondering why I'm in the toilet for 20 minutes. I'm like, just changing your toilet roll.
The right way.
The right way. Right, do you eat your chocolate, dairy-free chocolate, from the fridge or from the cupboard?
Fridge.
The fridge. Why are you a fridge person then?
Because I like to make it last a long time. So if it's in the fridge, it hardens up a bit. So each square, because I tend to actually eat dark chocolate because it doesn't have much dairy in it. And it lasts a lot longer. Yeah.
Now, I've said before on the radio show about the fact that one of my childhood things I used to do is I used to get a Mars bar and I used to slice the Mars bar up into about 10 different very thin slices and then I'd pop it in the freezer.
Oh, wow.
And then you'd have these Mars bars that would take ages to eat because they were frozen. So
you know you can get Mars bar ice cream.
I'm aware of that. Yeah, it's not quite the same. They're soft. They're soft. You bite into it and it just melts in your mouth. It's not the same as having to chew frozen toffee.
I could get that.
Which takes a while, but there we go. That's life. Right. Do you make your bed in the morning?
Yes.
You do? Fabulous. Why?
I think it just once I've made my bed, I feel like it sets me up for the day, and then it's all nice and ready for when I come home at night.
Now, the follow-up question to that is always, do you have any cushions on your bed?
Yes.
Yes, you're just very definite. How many cushions do you have in your bed, Becky?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 6.
And why do you have cushions on your bed, Becky?
I just think they look nice.
They look pretty, don't
they?
they?
And some of them mean something to me as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's getting sentimental, which is out of order, really. So it stops my next question. But yeah, so I've never understood the principle of cushions on a bed, if I'm honest with you, because you put them on when you get up.
Yep.
And yes, the bed looks pretty. I'll give you that. But then when you go to bed, you just chuck them on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, what's the point? Now, the question I want you to ask Wayne, okay, you may or may not have ever asked him this question.
Ooh, okay.
But when you go home today, back to Tro Vegas, I want you to ask Wayne the question, if we weren't together, would you have any cushions on your bed?
He wouldn't. I can answer that for him. I don't think he would.
So the cushions are entirely you.
Yes.
Right, what is your favourite breakfast?
Oh, gosh. I'm quite a plain person when it comes to breakfast. At the moment, I'm loving toast with either scrambled egg or boiled egg.
Okay.
Sometimes with bacon and maple syrup.
There you go. I had a chap called Chris Thompson in here recently, Canadian, really good chap, really lovely.
I love Canada so much.
Yeah, no, and he loves Canada. The thing that's strange about Canada, strange, that's the wrong words. The thing that's different about Canada is they all really help you.
I swear, when we went, so the first time I went to Canada was in 2018, and it'd been on my bucket list since I was 14, so to go was an absolute dream. And literally, even walking out of the airport, they were like, "Hey guys, are you okay? Like, how are you getting on?" And I was like, "I've just landed," and everyone's so friendly. But they're so friendly. I
know, and it's quite overwhelming how friendly they are.
Yeah.
So there. So yeah, that's the maple syrup link, by the way, in case anybody's wondering why I'm now talking about Canadian culture. Right. Here's the tricky one for Live Lounge guests. What is your go-to karaoke song?
I have a few, but the one that I love to just belt out is either Black Velvet or Alone by Heart.
Ah, Black Velvet and Anna Miles.
Yeah.
Great track. Would you give us a small rendition of a little bit of either of them?
Yeah, let's go for Black Velvet.
Oh, go on, Anne.
Black velvet when that little boy smiles. Black velvet with that slow southern style.
Sounding incredible. Now, I would hate you at karaoke. Absolutely hate you, because I guarantee I would be the next one in line after you've just been on and you've just smashed it like that, and I'll be there going, all right.
I must admit, people do look at me and think you should not be here.
No, professional karaoke singers are not allowed, but you sound amazing, by the way. But, right, favourite TV programme or film?
Oh gosh, that's so hard. I've got to say that the last TV series that I've absolutely adored is Grace and Frankie on Netflix.
Grace and Frankie? I've not seen that.
Love it. It's got Lily Tomkin in it and Jane Fonda. Absolute match made in heaven, and it's so funny.
So don't tell me like the script or anything, but kind of give us a very early synopsis of what it's about. We're looking for a new series at the moment.
Okay. So. If I tell you the main thing, that would like spoil it all. But basically, Grace and Frankie find themselves having to live together when they necessarily don't want to be.
Okay.
And they're forced to be friends, but they actually realise they are very good friends. But it's just that they are so different. It's just so funny. So funny.
It's their relationship, basically.
That's it.
Lovely. I love a relationship programme. Right, 2 deep questions to finish for you then. Are you ready?
Yes.
If you came back in your next life as an animal, which one would you be and why?
A bear.
A bear? Okay, what type of bear, first of all?
Big, brown, cuddly one.
Big, okay. Not a teddy bear.
No. A grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear. So why?
Again, I think just they have I can't even think of the word. Let's just cut that out. Because I love Canada and I love being in the woods and the forest and stuff like that. I just really resonate with bears.
Okay.
And all from my family, we love bears. So I just think, well, I would like to be a bear. And who doesn't want to hibernate in winter?
Well, it sounds like a fantastic option, doesn't it?
I know, right?
The nights come in and you think, I'll have a sleep.
I'm just going to curl up in my cave with my cushions.
All 8 of
all 7,
7
6,
cushions.
however many there are. Yeah.
All 7 cushions.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? So you'd be a bear.
Yes.
Amazing. All right, and your last question, Becky. Where is your happy place?
Gosh, I have 2 happy places. Actually, I have 3, but the
Go on,
one.
tell me them.
Okay, so being on stage.
Yeah.
Literally love it in any capacity that I'm doing, whether it be acting, singing, whatever. Moraine Lake in Canada. Felt very spiritual for me going there. Felt very at home there, and back on the Isle of Man.
Ah.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned the Isle of Man earlier, and I said to you off air, I didn't tell you my Isle of Man story.
No, you didn't.
I'm just about to tell it to you right
Tell
now,
me.
okay, just very quickly. And that is, with my eldest daughter, we climbed the tallest mountain in England. Okay, and we got to the tallest mountain, and we got up to the very top, and on our mobile phone it said, "Welcome to the Isle of Man." And that is as close as I've been to the Isle of Man.
Brilliant.
So I don't know why you get to the top of England's tallest mountain, And it then says, welcome to the Isle of Man. I'm sure there must be a reason behind it. I have no idea what it is, though.
No, there must be. And I can't even answer that for you. So.
No. I'd expect everybody on the Isle of Man to know, but apparently you don't.
I don't.
Thank you so much for coming in today. I hope you've enjoyed it.
It's been great fun. I think we could have nattered for hours.
I think we could have too. And as I said to Ed the other week, I might try and get you both back in.
That'd be great.
Because I think that listening to the two of you together, bantering off each other would be quite good fun to do. So
we are trying to get a songwriting session in as well, the both of us to write something together.
Yeah,
So,
I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Becky, and we'll see you again very soon.
Thank you.